I actually think I am on Stat Studio for the first game, so
Here we go. Here we go. Check it out. Check it out.
Live here for Game 2 of the Prospect Challenge here on Gold Standard Basketball. In the booth with me is Storm. What's up, Storm?
doing good. Try to see some more prospect games.
Yeah, excited to see more games. As you can see some of the participants entering the arena. This is our what is it, 8th game already? It's been going well, though.
Yeah, I mean, we got to see a lot of these new prospects play. Headed around in the second round of games for a lot of these guys, so it'll be a lot different. As we've seen, a lot of players played really good in their first game, dropped off a bit in their second game, so it could change some of these guys in this game, or maybe a new star shines, you know?
For sure, especially we switched the bench and the starters for each game, so it could be a reason why we see maybe a little drop off, but we'll see two different starting units for these two teams today, but we'll see who emerges as the standout of day 5 now here on Gold Standard Basketball Prospect Games. It looked like Shane Lloyd and Pharaoh Dotson are set to take the jump ball for these two teams. We'll see who emerges victorious as Dotson wins the jump. Back to Petey Wheatstraw. It'll be Ronnie Shanahan bringing it up here for the green squad. Kicks it over to Dante Ali, who had a really good game in his first one. Now Shanahan back to the corner. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Looks like they're looking for Wheatstraw. Nothing there. Shanahan works to his right, drives in, goes behind the back. It's fouled. And first foul of the game goes to Shane Lloyd, and Ronnie Shanahan will go to the line for two.
Yeah, I mean, we've been seeing in a lot of these prospect games, we have a lot of driving. A lot of these driving people are going to be driving these fouls, but a lot of these free throw numbers early on are not looking great. So we'll see if we can convert these, put some points on the board for his team.
Yeah, the percentages haven't been great. The attempts have been really good, but the percentages have been lacking a little bit. But it leaves a little bit to be desired once we get to the season and people improve. Those scores will go up a little bit as the free throw percentages do as well. Shanahan's first free throw no good.
As we see, I mean, they get to the hoop, they get like the foul drawn, which could be a mentality thing for all these new guys. But if these guys can get their free throws up, they'll be gonna open a lot for their teams. Maybe a thing some owners are looking for, someone who can convert the line.
For sure. Free throw good that time by Shanahan, so green on the board first. It'll be Jason Snyder bringing it up here for the white team. He's going to swing it over to Oscar Oden. Oden now to Steele Stern, who had a good game, driving to the basket. He is a big-time driver. Gets stolen that time by Ali. Twinkle Toes comes up with it. And what's going to happen here? Wheatstraw ends up with it and misses the layup.
Yeah, I mean, as you see, both these teams are trying to get to the hoop. We haven't seen a lot of range so far there in this game. A lot of pick and rolls. Oh, and there he goes, one fly.
Yeah, Snyder misses the three. Rebound pulled down by Twinkle Toes. Quickly ahead to Shanahan. He's going to go for the flush. And Ronnie Shanahan's got a quick three here for the green squad.
Yep, Green's doing a good job getting in the hoop, converting for the most part their easy little drives. White still hasn't really gotten going yet, so we'll see what they can do with this drive.
Yeah, the ball now up top with Stern. Over to Oscar Oden. Oden going to drive, gets inside. Nice move by Oscar Oden to slither by Dante Ali for two there.
Yeah, as we see these drives, they're utilizing the pick and roll well, which is good to see for both teams and both players, all these players who are getting the hoop.
Yeah, the ball's now with Twinkle Toes Jr. He gets it over to Shanahan. Shanahan working off the screen. An illegal screen called this time on Pharaoh Dotson, the newest member of Vice City. It'll go back here to the white squad.
Yeah, it'll be interesting seeing Dotson with Vice City. I don't know if he was high on some owners' boards, but I'm going to change it up a bit. It's good to see Vice City getting a big man on their roster, so one less thing to worry about when they're heading into the draft.
Yeah, for sure. Here is Stern. Stern's got the ball. He kicks it over to Oden. Now it's Oscar Oden with the ball.
Those lets one fly. It's rebounded by Lloyd by the white team. Stern doing a little moves, and gets a foul. Swinging ahead to the line for two. Foul by Ali.
Yeah, foul there. Sorry, I'm looking at something right now.
I could
Trying to figure out one of the names real quick. What teams are these in this?
11 and 9.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Oh, yeah, 11. Okay. Okay, got it. We're good. Steele Stern at the free throw line. First free throw up and short. He does not look very comfortable at the line.
I mean, a lot of these players don't look comfortable at the line so far, which, as we talked about, it's going to be a thing people develop over the season. Hopefully, just get used to being able to knock these down, because there's a lot of attempts so far. So if those numbers are higher, you're going to see a lot more high-scoring games.
Yeah, his arms are too big. It's probably the problem. Twinkle Toes going to the rack. Up, no good. Pharaoh Dotson right there for the finish. I do like Pharaoh Dotson's build. Like, he's not like tall, but he's thick, right? Like, it's a really cool build.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of these big men, a lot of offensive boards early on. So I don't know if we've ever seen that consistent throughout the season or
Yeah, we'll
change
see.
a bit with a couple players.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see. Willie Davis gets the offensive rebound and fouled there by Dante Ali. So early on here, it's 5-2. Ronnie Shanahan's got 3 for the Green Squad. Wasn't able to catch most of last game. Had to work a little bit, but heard it was a pretty good game.
Take a break. 2 shots.
Yeah, I mean, both those teams, I think it was 7 and 5, if I'm not wrong. They both put pretty good showcases on for their first game, so it was a good matchup coming in. And I also think I also understand. So I don't know who came out on top, but I think Scott Mitchell put a bunch of points on the board again. And yeah, I think that. And then Audie Nuff also been finding a little bit on the radar, part of the outer staff. He's been pretty consistent with his threes. I think around 80% or so. So we'll see how he does in the actual season.
For sure. Well, I know that game was for first place in the group, but this one is as well. So whoever wins this one will join whoever won the last one in the first place bracket. As
Yeah,
Twinkle
I mean,
Toes drops the 3.
I was about to say, this game is a bit slow pace so far, 3 minutes in. Not particularly bad on the scoring end, but just a lot of fouls so far, out of bounds and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
see both these teams can pull it together.
for sure. Yeah, it hasn't been too high scoring as Snyder steps out of bounds. We'll see if the bench units can come in and give them a lift. As we've seen in some games, that's all it takes is the bench unit to come in and make a difference. Is Twinkle Toes right now making a difference? He got 5 straight here for Green.
Yeah, I mean, some teams just have those difference makers. Some people are more better at defense, so when you have those defensive lineups in, you're not going to see as much scoring in. But some of those teams do have difference makers, like Twinkle Toes, and I'm sure there's some people off the bench that are going to be able to come in and score something for this.
Yeah, well, Dante Ali's one of them that made a difference in the last game because he gets fouled by Steel Stern there. So Dante Ali will go to the line for 2 free throws. It's Black Paws in the chat. Thanks to everybody in the chat for joining us on this Tuesday afternoon for some Gold Standard basketball. We're having a ton of fun with these games. We got 3 more days of games this week and then 3 more next week to take us to the draft next Sunday. Storm, you're a member of a organization already with Oakland. How are you guys feeling about heading into the draft?
I mean, it's going to be interesting. Live draft is always a wild card because not as much time to react. You're going to have a deep draft board going into it. Your guy, you could have a whole position board taken off, and you have to scramble to find whatever. So it should be interesting. A lot of reacting to what other teams are doing and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're going to have to, in a live draft, I think the big thing that changes is you got to look 3-4 picks ahead of where you're at, right? So you got to say, well, this is where we're at. What do they need? And, this is the likely person to fall to us. And like you said, you're going to have to be really organized and you're going to have a deep draft board. But I think that's part of the excitement, right, is the reacting part of it, too.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you're the guy you're going for falls to you. It's probably
a good feeling.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And live drafts enable you to do some cool things too, whether you want to call your draftees or whatever too. So there's a lot of variables that go into a live draft, but I think the reward is really big as Wheatstraw puts the layup in there.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams have picked up a bit. Well, by both, I mean, green team, white team's a little bit struggling a bit to find the way to the hoop.
Awesome.
The way actually going.
Odin with the jumper there. Looks like both bench units will probably check in here in about 30 seconds or on the next whistle. So we'll see if the white bench unit can get him back in the game here. Here's Pharaoh Dotson. Dotson kicks it out to Dante Ali. Ali going back and forth. Nice pull-up jumper from Dante Ali. No good, but I like the pace from him there.
Yeah, I mean, you like a guy who can drive an offense, especially what you're looking for early on is some guys who are able to get on the court and put the ball in the hoop for you.
For sure. Here's Shanahan at the line. Up top to Ali. Now over to Dotson. Subs set to check in. It'll be Wheatstraw. Fadeaway jumper from Wheatstraw. Good. And I'll be surprised if we don't see a timeout here from White as they cross half court. We will get one, and we'll get those subs in. We'll take a quick break. This is Gold Standard Basketball. So back here to Gold Standard Arena, the subs are in. Leroy Locke set to take it out here for the White squad. Very familiar Leroy Locke. Now it's going to inbound it to King Demora. Now over to Jabroni. Jabroni backdoor to Johnson, and right away the White squad comes in, gets a bucket.
I mean, that's what they need. They need something to start the offense going. Jabroni made a great backdoor pass to Johnson, so maybe we'll see some White catch on, do a little bit of comeback here.
Yeah, for sure. Johnson with the steal. Kobe Johnson already making a difference. He's going to go 2-on-1. Kicks it back out wisely to Leroy Locke. Now it's Johnson again. Johnson working to his left. Kicks it down to Demora. Demora's going to get fouled here by Matt Phillips. No harm there. They'll take it outside out. So you see some of the guys are already starting to get geared a little bit as they've been redeeming their points.
Yeah.
Nice to see
I know I'm
everybody.
saving.
Yeah.
I'm
What are you
saving mine
saving
up for a little bit. Probably a custom jumper, maybe a press conference or something like that. But
There's a
I'm
lot of
excited to get-
options.
Yeah, a lot of stuff to do with your points. I'm around 8K, I think. So.
Nice. Yeah, a lot of cool options too, and there'll be more. We'll continue to add them. The goal is to never have nothing to do with your points. So here's Talani Velez over to Scooby Lewis II. Lewis gets stripped there. Jabroni's wearing some new shoes in this one too, and one. Eli Simmons gets that to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to see all the guys around the league getting some new gear and get some individuality even early on.
Well, props for the activity and people tuning in. That's the only way you can earn those is by tuning into the stream. So people are doing a great job. Simmons free throw up and good. And Green jumps out to a 10-point lead. King Demora going to get some new shoes. Go ahead and DM me what you want. Berto, we'll get those on ya. It's Kobe Johnson. Misses the three ball. Scooby Lewis has the board now. Kicks it quickly ahead to Talani Velez, who throws it down. He grew his hair out really quick.
Yeah, I mean, I guess him moving to Portland, they're like, hey man, you got to get your hair thrown at part of this team.
Absolutely. Under contract now. Here's Enrique Saint. Enrique Saint over to Jabroni. Three-pointer from the corner, no good. Rebound pulled down by Phillips.
Yeah, I mean, this green team is being very efficient on their side at the end, getting the ball in the hoop pretty much. White team's got to get some offense going. I don't know if they've scored since around that Jabroni back there. Nope. And then I they're jinxed every time.
Every time. They need you to keep saying it though. Kobe Johnson hits a jumper. They need about 10. They need about 5 more of those. Here's Scooby Lewis with the good footwork over to Derek Freeman. Comes off the screen. Freeman inside the lane, draws 2, kicks it out to Simmons. Eli Simmons going to line up a 3. Can't hit. Rebounded by Kobe Johnson, though. Go ahead.
We've seen a lot of these big men, or at least near a quarter or a half, taking some outside shots, post fades, some even threes. And maybe that's going to be a contingency we see heading into the regular season with lots of more outside big men and stretch big men in this league.
For sure. There are a lot of stretch bigs, which is nice in a modern game that we're going to see that as well.
And then it also brings for the draft. Do you want to be going with some old school big, or are you going to be going with some stretch big? You know,
It's true.
that brings the question on people's draft boards.
I think we're going to be able to see a lot of really cool builds on teams for sure, as Simmons got the layup there. There's a lot of cool builds in the league, so we'll see it. Plenty of them as King Demora misses the jumper, rebounded by Phillips. Quickly ahead to Lewis. Lewis got a 3-on-1. He's going to go down to Velez again for the layup. And Scooby and Velez building some chemistry. They won't play together. Scooby's on staff in Vegas.
I mean, Velas has been really good on those backdoor cuts, putting some high motor going from court to court. I mean, he came from the wing all the way down to that right under the basket to open for Scooby. So you love to see players like that. They're just able to keep putting the effort into this game.
Yeah, Leroy Locke can't get the layup to go. Kicks out to Enrique Saint. Jumper no good. Leroy Locke battling for it and finishes it. That's a strong man move right there by Leroy Locke.
Yeah, I was just talking about high drive players. Locke was under the basket. He kept putting in the work for his team, you know. I can see players like who are going to keep both on the board, across the court. High stamina, high drive players are going to be raw. A lot of teams need to stay in games.
For sure. Foul there on Jabroni. Now it's Lewis back to Velez, back to Lewis. Looks like they want Freeman off the screen. They're going to go over to Phillips instead. Phillips, the big man, drives and barrels right over Enrique Saint.
We've seen a lot of charging calls recently.
Which is not a bad thing. I think if we can get a couple a game, that's nice.
Exactly. I mean, especially with Gish, I think he had like 3 or 4. He was able to draw that one game.
Yeah, he was flopping around.
Good change of pace for him, you know.
For sure.
Not being he going on his own terms.
King Demora's doing a dance in the corner right now. It's making me laugh. Ball stolen by Velez. Velez with one full court heave off the backboard and no good, but we'll go to the end of the first. 24-14. Green Squad out by 10. We'll take a quick break and be right back. This is Gold Standard Basketball. So back here to Gold Standard Arena. What do you think of that first quarter, Storm?
I mean, Green team put on a great display of just talent, defense, and offense. And I think we're going to see a bit more of the white team. I don't know if they got a bit more stamina in their tank than the green team, but they're going to need to start putting a bit more both ends of the court if they want to be able to close this 10-point lead.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see if they can do that. Starters are back in for both teams. Here's Steele Stern over to Oscar Oden, who had a good first quarter for White. One of the standouts there. Stern on the wing working against Dante Ali. Over to Snyder. Snyder's got a wide open three from the top of the key, and he drills it.
Yeah, that was a great screen there by Lloyd. He just pretty much stopped the little man in those tracks. Nobody could get into an open three for their team.
Shanahan working to his left. Now over to Ali. Dante Ali now to Toes. Can Toes answer back? He does. Twinkle Toes Jr. having a really good game, Storm.
Yeah, I think he's got around 8-10 maybe. He's been keeping the screen starter squad points on the board, which is what they really need to do. Is just keep putting points on the board because they're playing great in the defensive end so far.
Yeah, he's hit a couple threes in this one. Almost gets a steal there. Played the passing lane well. Oscar Oden ends up with it. 9 on the shot clock. Oden looking for Stern. Stern's got it. Stern going to drive in. Not much of a shooter, but he's big body in the key. Kicks out to Snyder. Tough one for Snyder. No good. I would have liked to see Stern just go up with that.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big man. He's just got to sometimes go out with it. And Toes takes
Oh
a three
my!
and
Another one.
drains
Look at him.
another
And
one.
does a dance down the court. Twinkle Toes
Great
Jr.
change of pace. I don't remember last game, but I think he didn't put up that great of a shooting percentage. So
Oh, yeah, didn't. He struggled.
Yeah, so interesting change of pace. Don't know if it was whoever was guarding him or just now he's getting a bit more. He's getting a lot more offensively consistent just heading from that last game to this one.
Yeah, Farrah Dodson with the foul. I think it's probably a little bit of comfort, right? Like he's now had a game under his belt, but also we're going to see that from shooters, and especially shooters. Shooters don't always have a great game one game to the next. They're not always the most consistent. So I think we're going to see some games where Twinkle Toes has a really good night and some games where he might not. They're not all that. They're streaky.
Yeah.
But he's lit up right now.
And you love a shooter that can streak up.
Absolutely.
Have that type of weapon you can pull out whenever.
Absolutely.
And,
Snyder hits the first free throw. Second one up and good.
first sight here. 2 free throws in a row.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we don't see it too often here. Not yet, at least. Here's Twinkle Toes. 18 on the shot clock. Kicks it back to Shanahan. Oscar Odin going to try to D up a little closer here on Toes. Toes has got it. Swings it over to Wheatstraw. Back to Toes. They want him with the ball right now. Toes going to drive. Goes to the floater. Hits again.
Wow, great floater. I mean, he's doing everything for the green team here so far.
Fantastic replay right there, man. 32-19 timeout. We'll talk through the timeout. Yeah, so Twinkle Toes Jr. has come alive here in this game. You know, his performance has, I mean, he's probably up on people's boards already, but as a staff member in Oakland, like, how much does a performance like this boost a guy's draft stock?
I mean, being able to see a guy that can go out and just, you know, score, is something that's big on definitely a lot of teams' draft boards. You need someone to be a spark for your roster, for your team, and Twinkle Toes going out here tonight and being able to this afternoon actually being able to show that he can be that spark for a team is something a lot of owners are going to be looking for.
Yeah,
especially as a personality.
Take a break. Take a
Yeah,
break.
Clowers is a really good
2 shots.
personality. Maybe he just needs to play in afternoon games.
It's a little bit past his bedtime.
Yeah, a little bit. We'll see where he ends up. If he ends up on the West Coast, he'll get some early games. Or some late games. East Coast will get some earlier games.
Yeah.
Oscar Odin at the line for 2, misses the first one. Thanks to everybody in chat for tuning in. If you guys have any questions during the stream, we'll be sure to answer them. Both free throws missed there by Odin. As we see the rebounding differential pretty close, 13-11. So both teams getting after the glass.
Yeah, as we see, I think it was the white team. They got a couple of offensive boards compared to the green team. Well, I guess you consider that. So they're making their shots, so it's a lot less opportunities for those boards.
For sure, Ali's going to get fouled by Odin here. Could have picked either Odin or Lloyd there, but they'll give the foul to Odin, and Dante Ali will go to the line for a couple free throws here.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of attempts so far in this game. Not the second half yet, but I think these prospect tournament games have been a decent bit of them have been 7-point differences, 5-point difference at the line, which is kind of a game-changing difference.
For sure. Yeah, the team that makes more free throws is probably going to win, usually. But right now, Green's just making more shots in general behind guys like Clowers, or behind guys like Twinkle Toes, right? Talani had a good run off the bench a little bit. Shanahan had a good run with that starting unit.
Yeah, I mean, I think Shanahan's been running the offense from the top a bit. Would like to see him, get some more drives, some shots. But I think Twinkle Toes, Ali, and he kind of run the offense so far.
Yeah, Stern with the little floater. I think that's the highest he can jump, actually, right there, about half an inch off the ground.
That's all he needs.
Toes, another one. Got it again. Too long, too, that time. But with him being lit up with that takeover, you got to give him the ball.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's got a third of the screen team's points. He's really keeping them ahead, keeping this lead extended.
Yeah, he's got to be nearing 20 already by the half. We saw
Great
Tez Green go for 25 last night. We could see Twinkle Toes do the same.
Yeah, and it's really just, let's one fly.
Oh, he gets it. He walks
Dang.
away before he even knew it. Like, he knew that was in. He's feeling it right now. It's not often that
Yeah,
you
he
feel it
is.
like that.
I think he's got around 13, 15. We still got 6 minutes left in the half. Well, 1 minute before he probably gets sucked up. So, but at this pace, if we can keep this up, we'll definitely be nearing around that 25 we saw last
They're
night.
shooting 68% as a team. So no wonder why they have a 15-point lead right now. So they're going to just set a bunch of screens for him. Can he go again from the top? Yes! Twinkle
my
Toes
God.
Jr. In a 17-6 run. He's got to have over 20 right now.
I think he's got 12 of that 17-point run so far. So he's really he doesn't want them getting anywhere near his team.
For sure. Oscar Odin, pull-up jumper, no good. It's ahead to Wheatstraw. Twinkle Toes being guarded in the corner. It's going to be Dante Ali this time that gets fouled by Stern. So they put all their eyes on Twinkle Toes, and Ali gets him with the back cut.
Yeah, I mean, this green team's got a bit of weapons, especially in this lineup right now. A lot of threats to cover, especially when they're playing great defense like this. It's kind of hard
They're
to.
coming. They're coming for Oscar Odin's head right now too. Who's guarding Twinkle Toes. That is T Harris. If anybody wants to know.
Uh,
Ali with the little shimmy at the line. Looking to go up 20 points as he knocks in the second free throw. And now he's lit up. I think the entire green team is pretty much lit up at this point.
yeah, I mean, when they've been playing this good, it's kind of hard not to get lit up. And I don't know if he's going to be kept in, if the subs are going to come in here now, but
Well, I think Toes' takeover is done, so he'll probably come out. But Ali and Wheatstraw are both, activated as well, so they might stay in here, and they will. Actually, we're gonna get the same unit in for maybe one more possession.
yeah, I mean, I guess they want to keep whatever's working going.
Here's Stern working against Ali. Now over to Odin. Odin gonna drive, kicks it back out to Stern. Stern driving right, crosses back over, tries to get in the lane, goes out of bounds. It'll stay here with the white team, as Willie Davis will take it out. Looks like they want to inbound to Snyder. Under the rim, little layup, no good.
Oh,
Yeah, he's not much of a
Bounce off that.
finisher at that point guard position yet.
yeah, I mean, a lot of people haven't had time to really develop some of their skill sets. So you'll see maybe like a 1-2. No, not really any
Ooh.
unicorns, I don't think.
Green continues to just destroy. I think there's a couple guys that put all their points in one basket, whether it be defense or shooting the ball or whatever. But yeah, a lot of people are pretty well rounded, or at least in a few categories. And others, Scotty B. Peepin is a guy that put all his eggs in perimeter defense, steals, and is just a lockdown defender.
Yeah, I know Stank has been playing some great defense. I think averaging like 4 steals or something a game so far.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, he's going to get fouled. Sub's going to check in here.
but I mean, it's interesting to see because when you have these great defenders at the shooting guard position, and you put them against someone who's been was on the last game, you're going to see their percentages drop. And if you're not comparing, hey, how are they doing against this defensive guy? It's kind of hard to tell how much actually good they are, you know?
Yeah, for sure. So a couple guys will stay, and Freeman will stay on the bench with Phillips as Ali and Wheatstraw are still lit up. Entire new unit in for White here. DT Hall, who's your guy? Is your guy Shanahan? No, your guy is... Let me know who your guy is. Because Shanahan opened the game with 5 straight points. I don't know if you saw that or not. Jumper free throw good there by Ali, so 47-23. We'll see if White can even make a comeback here. Jabroni over to Locke. Now down to the post for Demora. Demora back out top to Jabroni. Little flare screen. Locke's got it underneath. They're going to go to the lob, and Locke athletically grabs that and finishes it.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of athletic big men so far. They've been going to the boards, grabbing boards, and a lot of putbacks as well. So we might see a bit more oops, lobs, and stuff like that later on as well.
Yeah, Ali's going to draw another foul. The foul disparity has been quite large in this game in the favor of the green team. The White's got to stop fouling.
Yeah, it also makes you think if they're shooting this at maybe like 80%, 70% even, you know, how big of a score gap would this game would be.
Well, they're shooting. Yeah, like you said, they're shooting at a high clip from the field, and now they're getting to the line this much. And Ali's actually hit pretty much all his free throws. So, yeah, this game is out of hand right now. But we've seen crazier things happen in basketball games. Mac wants to fix the foul sliders, but we're shooting about 22 free throws, 24 free throws a game, which is perfect.
Yeah, 10-minute quarters.
Yep. And we've only had one foul out, so no issues. Mac just doesn't like fouls.
Especially I mean, it slows down the game a bit. But when you have a lot of these early people who are driving, low mentality, you're going to see a bit more fouls than
For sure.
instead of just simple blocks, simple contest.
Well, and early on too, with the consistency and the mentals not all the way up, you're going to see some of that,
Yeah.
and also it adds points to the board, and people like to score, right? So if you can add 6 points to your game by shooting free throws, then I'm sure Leroy Locke will be happy when he adds 6 to 8 points a game from his free throws.
Well, I mean, like you said, consistency and IQ, some
Yeah.
stuff are what I noticed haven't been really developed in a lot of players. So once those get up, or once people fix those, you're gonna see a lot less fouls.
For sure. Backdoor cut there by Demora with the bucket. It's 51-27. I think white team's about wanting to trade. They want to trade Oscar Roden pretty quick here. I don't think they're allowed to, but Talani Velez 3-pointer, little mini fadeaway there. I don't really know why, but he did. Now Jabroni's with the ball. 51-27. Talani had a lot of success driving to the basket.
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing a lot of backdoor cuts, driving. Someone like that fits in a different type of schemes. If you're looking for backdoor cuts, driving, which might be happening on Portland, it's a sign of the type of offense they might be running, which could be a sneak peek.
Yeah, for sure. Foul there on White, so Enrique Saint will go to the line for 2. Grizz is saying that the bench is about plus or close, and then the starters are about down minus 20 right now in the game. We'll see after the game, but yeah, I would agree. The starting unit for that White squad really got down early.
Well, I mean, a lot of that is just because of what Twinkletez did. He really just lit on fire. I think 4 or 5 threes in
Yeah,
5 minutes. And when you have someone on fire like that and no one to stop him, especially when your offense isn't running too great, it's kind of hard to just keep up with them.
for sure. Saint's second free throw, no good. Rebound pulled down by Simmons, who just checked into the game. Now here is Scooby Lewis. Lewis the second goes back, crosses back over, tries to go to the rack, goes up off the glass and finishes. Nice tough finish from Scooby Lewis there.
Yeah, I mean, he shimmied a bit and then he was able to drive to the hoop. Just put a simple little layup in over
Yep. For sure. Yeah, we flip the starters every game, so the original starters will be back in your elimination game next round. It's Kobe Johnson's jumper is no good. Rebound pulled down by Demora. He goes up and finishes.
Like we've been seeing, these offensive boards, especially by the bigs, is kind of somewhat keeping White in there. I think they have 5 or 6 now, which is an important factor to why they have some of these points.
They're going to make a run. Green's been shooting way too well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a game of some say a game of statistics. You can't keep shooting 70% forever.
Yeah, I mean they've struggled a little bit in the last couple of minutes here. White's just got to convert as Locke, trying to go one-on-one with Freeman. Locke to the lane, goes up, left hand, no good. Rebounded by Freeman.
Well, we've seen a lot of these. I remember one of the games I was watching. It was 20-point lead at half, and it was brought within 5 within the last couple of minutes. So
Yep.
the percentage is going to level out. People are going to start hitting some shots for this White team eventually, but it's good to get a start on that now.
Velez three-pointer, good. Talani Velez drains it from deep.
But, I mean, if Green can keep this up, they're going to drop 100 on White.
Yeah, at least. Here's Kobe Johnson now over to Saint to the corner to Jabroni. Jabroni goes deep corner here, comes off the screen, drives in, goes at 2, fouled by Eli Simmons, and Jabroni will go to the line for a couple free throws here.
And you'd start to think that some of these, maybe next week or the week following, some of these driving point guards, playmaking point guards are going to get their free throw up, develop part of their game in that aspect. And, as a lot of people are heading to the line, maybe they didn't want to spend some of their early points as part of their free throw. And we're going to see some of these probably jump after the draft, after all these coaches are saying, please, please, please.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll be interested. And I think my favorite part about doing a live draft this year is that I have no idea what's going to happen, right? And even up to the draft day, like I won't know the picks until they're called in. So It's exciting for me as well. I don't have a player in the league. I like to keep some excitement. Like the lottery, I didn't know who was going to be picking where, and now the draft, I won't know some of those names, so it'll be really fun and interesting for me too. But for everybody, like knowing that nobody knows who's going to be chosen is pretty exciting.
Yeah, I mean, except for New York.
And, yeah, they might know already. Maybe they don't know yet though. So, but
Yeah.
they'll know before anybody else.
I mean, we got a couple of games actually. I think what 8, maybe 6, maybe or so left to be played. We have all those final games. We have all the group stage games.
Yeah, I think we got let's see, 6 this week, and I think we got 6. I mean, we might have like 12 left total. Maybe one. Maybe it's one a day
Where?
that last week. So maybe it's like 9.
2, 4, 6, 8.
What is the next?
9,
What is
10,
next week?
11.
11
I
total?
believe, yeah.
So 11 games left before the draft. Plenty of time. Do you like the format we're running with everybody getting to see these players at least 3 times?
Yeah, I mean, it's great to see everybody at least a couple of times. I was part of a losing team. I mean, it sucks a bit. See your guy lose, but at least I'm seeing my guy play 3 times, which is always nice. Especially for the guys whose teams aren't performing as well. Maybe they have another chance to shine individually in one of these the 3 games that they're guaranteed.
For sure.
Which is
Well,
always nice to
winning in the season will be a lot more sweeter than winning in this prospect tournament.
Yeah,
21 points for
70
Toes, man.
70%. Oh my.
They're shooting 70% from the field, and Twinkle Toes Jr. has 21 points at the half.
And the green team isn't boasting much stats defensively. 2 steals, 0 blocks. But I guess their shot contests have been doing enough for their team to just keep widening this gap.
For sure. So we'll see if Green can keep it up in the second half and drop 100. We'll see if Toes can put up a 30-point game, which we haven't seen yet.
He's on pace for 40, so we'll see if he can keep shooting at this efficiency, which we might see a dip. And but even then, I think it's going to be hard for White to mount a comeback.
Well, they got to do it right away, right off out of the half here. They got to make a run.
Yeah, for sure.
Twinkle Toes, yeah, you get an emote for 30. First person to hit 30 gets a custom emote. Yep. Here's Lloyd.
Well,
now over to Stern. Yep. Go ahead.
Like what you said, they got to get some points here quick and fast. If they can get some of their guys on fire, it's going to be a lot easier to let the comeback.
For sure. Snyder misses the jumper there. Dante Ali grabs the rebound.
And shots like those are not going to be able to cut it for comeback.
Not at all. Here's Twinkle Toes. 13 on the shot clock. He's going to work to his left out to Dotson. Terrell Dotson getting the drive from the top of the key. Down to Wheatstraw. A little mini runner, no good. Dotson grabs the rebound off the glass and good.
Yeah, I mean, Green's just been very efficient. Even when they're missing, they're able to grab their boards, put it back up. And White, they got to get some better shots. And when they do have those shots, they got to be able to put them in because every shot's counting at this point.
Well, the unit on the floor right now doesn't really have any shooters on it. So, yeah, I mean, I think they're struggling from that aspect of as Odin hits off the back of the rim. They got a lot of drivers and inside presence guys right now.
Yeah.
But this is showing kind of how White team build's important too. Not that they built this team, but it's kind of setting an example of, if you don't build it right, this might be the outcome unless you coach it right. Obviously, with these games, the sliders the settings are pretty neutral. So it doesn't favor a very inside team, but as a coach and staff, you can definitely make it work with an inside team.
Yeah, I mean, this green team's got a bit spread around. Dotson's kind of a traditional big for the most part. You got Twinkle Toes on the perimeter. Ollie's kind of inside and out. Shanahan's inside and out. And just the variety that what they can do with these kind of neutral settings is kind of an indicator that they can probably work in a lot of systems.
Yeah, for sure. Pull-up jumper from Shanahan. I did not say that to Lonnie. Odin now with the ball on to the left. Going to spin back to his right. Odin working back down to Davis off the glass and good. Timeout taken by Green real quick. Interesting timeout, but we'll take a quick one. Gold Standard Basketball on Twitch. Here's Twinkle Toes with the ball out top to Shanahan. Shanahan now over to Ali. Ali over to Wheatstrop. Jumper from Wheatstrop, good. And Green continuing to shoot the ball well.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like they're stopping so far. This starting lineup specifically has been doing a great job just being able to just be efficient at their shots, take efficient shots, run their plays. You love to see that as a potential coach, being able to do all these types of plays, all these types of runs. And Twinkle Toes lets one fly.
Oh,
and,
another
he
one.
He wants it. He wants the.
He wants the custom emote. Well, he's 6 points away from it right now. He's got to have 5, 6 threes already.
Yeah, around that. I mean, I think he's only missed 1 3, or maybe not at all. I feel like I might have seen one.
I think he maybe missed his first one. Hasn't missed since. Has got the ball with 10 on the shot clock. Looks like they want Dotson into the post. Pharaoh Dotson going to take a couple dribbles against Shane Lloyd. Little jump hook. Good contest by Shane Lloyd.
I guess a good rebound. He was able to get back in under that hoop.
Stern with the little floater in the lane. Good.
I mean, if White can get these quick transition baskets, then they have a chance. But they got to play some good defense first, and they haven't been able to stop Green at all so far.
So, yeah, they do need to get in transition. They're down 30 right now. 6 minutes left in the quarter. Here's Ronnie Shanahan. Going to get a screen here from Dotson. Shanahan works to his right. Step back three-pointer. Shanahan, no good. Rebound pulled down by Davis. White working quick again. It's Snyder. Snyder now at the top of the key, going to reset. It's still Stern with the ball. Stern up top to Odin. Odin out to Davis. They want Lloyd in the post. Lloyd's calling for it. Instead, they go to Odin. 3 on the shot clock. Odin's going to have to take a contested jumper. Can't hit. Rebound pulled down by Dotson.
Yeah, Odin's taking on the stat sheet, it's gonna look like Odin hasn't been playing too good, but they've kept giving him these tough looks. They 4 seconds on the clock, they hand it off to him, and they expect him to do something. And it's gonna make him take a hit on the stat sheet. So
for sure, if Pharaoh Dotson got that that Kareem skyhook, if you want to change it, you can change it for sure with the points. Ball down to the post for Shane Lloyd. He's gonna go hard back in, fadeaway jumper, no good. So that's Dotson's strength right there. Lloyd tried to go right at him. But Dotson had some good resistance.
A lot of these center builds are going to have the potential to get really high strength, and it depends on how early on these guys are going to invest into their strength. We're going to see a big difference in the paint.
Shanahan just wills his way in there, gets fouled by Snyder, but I don't like that call because Snyder played really good defense for about 15 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks when you're playing great defense, staying in front of your man, and then last second, you're going to get the foul called on you, and they get 2 chances. The line to put some points on the board, right in this gap. We might see some subs coming in here around the 5-minute mark.
Yeah,
we do.
For sure.
Might be a lost cause so far for the White, but we might be able to see them close the gap a bit with this more efficient unit coming in.
We'll see. Shanahan at the line. It's the first one. Second one on its way. That's up and good. So the bench is in now. The second unit. Jabroni has got it. Jabroni top of the key. He's going to get a screen. Well, from Demora. Jabroni going to drive in. Goes off the glass and good. So hoping to jumpstart this offense here.
Yeah, he's been doing a good job at keeping the tempo of this White offense up. Every time he comes in, he's able to get a quick basket for the team, and it's kind of what they need.
For sure. Matt Phillips down. Gets blocked by Demora. Phillips has got it again and blocked again by King Demora. 2 huge blocks there. As Jabroni drives in and gets fouled. So a little turn of events here led by the defense of King Demora.
Yeah, I mean, it's great seeing your guy be able to go down and get some blocks like that, protect the paint, and it's kind of what they need. No easy baskets for the screen team anymore.
Yeah, it's got to stop sometime, right? They got to change the tune of the game. Jabroni at the line, first free throw, no good. Hoping he could make the second one.
Smooth begging for a basket.
He's trying. He's begging for a free throw right now. He knows where his
Commentator
points are
drinks,
at.
He misses this one. Commentator drinks. Oh.
Misses both 66-37. Here's Scooby Lewis. Lewis over to Simmons. They want a back cut. Simmons has got it to Freeman for the flush.
We've been seeing a bit of those. A lot of backdoor cuts in this game so far, and it's been easy points. We'll see if they keep going to this because it's been working for them on those backdoor cuts.
Those help defense IQ, too, on a lot of people. Probably isn't that good as Locke throws it down in the face of Eli
my
Simmons.
God.
Holy moly, Leroy Locke.
He got up.
He got way up. Thanks, Canes, for the bits. Appreciate the cheer there. Huge dunk there from Leroy Locke, though. He's like, if you're not going to give me a foul, I'm just going to do it myself. Yeah, clip that one for sure. Jumper by Simmons, no good. Rebounded by Jabroni. White looking to run.
Green's slowing down a bit, but White has a massive gap to close, and they got to start doing a bit more on offense and drawing fouls. They got to actually put the ball in the hoop now.
Yeah, Saint goes baseline spin. Now underneath, draws two, can't finish. Rebounded by Phillips. Yeah, I mean, Green's shooting percentage has come down significantly, but White hasn't really capitalized on the misses. As Velez gets fouled by Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, Phillips has been doing a great job in the paint for the Green team, just not letting any of the driving baskets, which seems to be White's specialty so far. And going a team like Green, who seems to have better interior defense and strength, and vertical, they're not letting anything going on. No easy drives for them.
Velez, free throw no good. Here's Kobe Johnson with the ball. Johnson out to Demora. Demora up to Locke, over to Jabroni. They're looking for Locke off the screen. Instead it's Johnson back to Jabroni. Jabroni with 4, Jabroni with 3. Steps back to 3, takes the three-pointer and can't hit. Rebounded by Simmons. Great defense again by Green there.
Almost clicked away.
Yeah, Phillips has got it inside. Can't finish. Blows the layup. Gets it back and this time finishes. But
yeah,
the
I mean,
presence of King
Demora's
Demora, man.
He's been playing some great D down low. Unlucky bounce off the backboard right back into Phillips, but he's been playing great down there.
Yeah,
And has been
absolutely.
much better.
Leroy Locke for 3. Yes! Leroy Locke trying to put the white team on his back right now.
Yeah, he's trying everything in his power to get the white team, trying to close that gap if possible. But
Velez with
on
the
the defensive
drive.
end, they got to step it up.
Yeah, they haven't been. Their defense has been really lacking for sure. Doesn't help that the offense hasn't been great, but the defense has been really bad.
Yeah.
Now here's Jabroni. Backdoor to Kobe Johnson for the layup. Offense starting to pick up. They need stops, and they need them quickly.
Yeah, I mean, they've been, I think they gotten like 12 points, or so, not 12 points, but like 8 points or so in the last 2 minutes, which has been better pace than them for most of the game. And but they also haven't been a slow down Green. They've been around this 29-point gaps for this entire bench rotation.
Oh, Demora challenges at the rim. Don't love that call as Scooby's going to go to the line for 2.
Hey, I mean, he says no easy baskets for these guys.
Yeah, he's trying. I mean, Green's been living at the line, which has helped them a lot.
2 shots.
Yeah,
We'll see what the discrepancy is at the end of the game, but it's going to be
Yeah.
at least 10 plus probably at the line.
But I mean,
But Green's
lucky for the
hitting, too.
White team. I mean, Green team's kind of showing why it's important to hit their free throws, get to the line, important part of this team's game. And when you see them play in their group stage, or you see them play in their their finals game, even if they get there, they're gonna probably show these free throws are important this entire time.
For sure. 75-44. Lewis hits both. That'll be Jabroni with the ball as the clock winds down here at the end of the third. Now over to Enrique Saint. He's going to drive. He gets fouled by Simmons, so Saint will go to the line for a couple. The other thing that contributes to fouls is fatigue, right? As people start to up their stamina and stuff, they'll foul a little less.
Yeah, I saw Ali within the last rotation. He was having that little Gatorade. So these are definitely tiring out, especially for the guys with lower stamina who didn't up it. They're going to be a lot more fatigued, make a bit more mistakes, miss a lot more shots. So it's an important part of the game is keeping your stamina up.
For sure. Saint hits the first one. Misses the second one, though, and Freeman's got the ball.
We're still sitting around this 30-point range. Hasn't really changed much over the past quarter, which
No.
is not what you want to be seeing for the white team. And You're
No.
going to have games like this.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to happen. Always does. Here's Locke for three. Quick one. Good.
Block doesn't want it to happen. He's definitely having a great individual performance. Even if his team's not doing too hot.
Yeah, he's
You think he's around 12 or so, 14 maybe.
showing off a little bit. 10 seconds left here in the quarter. Freeman's got it. It's going to spin to his left. Works to the basket and fouled again. Only the second on Locke, so he actually hasn't fouled that much. As a team, maybe it's been spread around a little bit, but credit the green team for attacking hard.
I mean, they're going to keep attacking hard at the hoop. And they're going to keep drawing these fouls. And if it's working, it's working. And that disparity is definitely going to be big. I haven't seen the white at the line in a while. So,
Missed free throw there from Freeman. Free throw good. 30-point game, 6 seconds left in the quarter. That'll be Kobe Johnson with the ball for White. It's quickly all the way down to court to Saint, who can't hit. And Simmons
would've been
grabs the
nice
board.
to see.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
good vision, though, by
Kobe
was that Simmons
Johnson.
or Saint?
Yeah.
Johnson, yeah. I mean, you obviously great vision on your play initiators and stuff like that. To be able to get the ball down the court that quickly is definitely an important ball to have.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll head to the fourth quarter here. This is Gold Standard Basketball. Back here, assist of the game. Scooby down to Simmons. Talani asked if they can let 5 people in the crowd play, 5 fans play, so it's fair.
I mean, with how this white team's been playing, might give them a chance. Come back. Our lucky fans giving them a chance to play in the big leagues.
We'll see it. Shanahan with the ball in the wing. Looks like he's going to get a screen from Dotson here. Shanahan behind the back, drives to the rim, goes up and blocked out of bounds by Lloyd. Good block by the big man there.
These white bigs have been a presence down in the paint for these driving greens.
Yeah.
But it's just really just the offense, and the rest of the team has got to really pick up their defense and just shooting efficiency. It has been the problem for White this game.
Yeah, for sure. So the winner of this, it looks like the green team will go to the first place bracket. As Dotson in the lane gets blocked again. Shane Lloyd lit up with that rim protector takeover.
Yeah, I mean, he's been putting his hands up there. He's getting the blocks, and that's exactly what you're going to be wanting from a guy, a big man on your team. And although this white team's been, getting to the basket a bit, getting some fouls, this green team's going to be a scary team to face in the number 1 bracket.
Yeah, they
So,
sure are. I think they'll play Team 5, who just won the last game, so that'll be interesting. Is Stern's going to go to the line for 2, foul on Farrell Dotson. Ted saying he's getting hacked every play. Love it.
But yeah, this is a chance for, I think it's Twinkle Toes' last 4.5 minutes. He's got a chance to hit 30.
Yeah.
They haven't been running any plays for him recently, but
Bismack paid him off, told him not to, because Bismack wants to hit 30 first, he said.
15 standing dunks.
Yes, 15 standing dunks for sure. So yeah, Steel Stern's got the Klay Thompson free throw, but the accuracy is not there yet. But he hits the second one, 78-49. Here's Twinkle Toes, guarded by Oscar Oden. Now down to Wheatstraw. Quick jumper from Wheatstraw, good.
Yeah, I mean, Wheatstraw's been taking some deeper shots, post fades. I think he's power forward, right?
He's a little undersized for power forward, but he's got a nice little mid-post game that has got potential to stretch that out to 3, I think.
Yeah, and you like having a big that's able to. Well, I wouldn't call him that big, but he's able to take some deeper shots, and if you're running for a more pacey floor space kind of team, he's definitely someone you're gonna need to be looking at as a coach and an owner.
That's true. He is 6'10". He just looks tiny compared to some of these big guys. It's probably his build, but
Yeah, he's a little slim.
he's a little slim. But he's gonna have, yeah. I mean, he's gonna be a fun player just because the potential to stretch it out to 3 and still have a nice little post game. 80-49, Twinkle Toes with the ball.
Shane's still lit up a bit, so we know for sure they're not going to be getting anything in the paint. So maybe they run a play for Twinkle Toes.
Yeah, I would. I mean, Ali's going down. Ali to the rim. Ball's out of bounds. It's going to stay here. Looks like it went off Willie Davis. 6 on the shot clock, though. So we'll see what they do. Ali's going to inbound. It looks like they want Twinkle Toes off the screen. Not there, though. I want to give him it
He
there.
gets stuck. Oh,
No good. Rebounded by
Yeah.
Lloyd. Ahead to Stern. Stern ahead to Davis. Davis throws it down.
yeah, they're keeping in this 29-point range. I don't know if it's going to be closed, especially with that starting unit coming back in later with Odin.
Ball stripped by Snyder. Shane Lloyd gathers over to Stern in the corner. Stern is not a shooting threat. So now it's Snyder over to Odin. Up to Davis. Over to Stern. Back to Davis. Back to Odin. Odin going to drive. Pull-up jumper. No good. Rebound pulled down by Wheatstraw. And I'm going to credit it, Storm, to the just the build on the floor right now for White.
Yeah, I mean they keep forcing it to him, and it's kind of tough as a player to have your team kind of just keep forcing it to you when the offense isn't running correctly, and it looks like he's taking a bit of blame from the audience, but when you have this type of build on the floor, it kind of sucks.
Yeah, I mean, just like I said, something to be aware of if you're a GM or owner or coach building the team right now. Which I think like I said, I think you can get away with it given the customization and game planning that you'll be able to do.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting. I think the game's tomorrow. Let's take a look real quick. We've got Team 6 versus Team 12 and then Team 8 versus Team 10. So we'll see those two go. I believe that Team 8 versus Team 10 is to go to the first place bracket as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think it is.
And then, what was the other one I just said? Team 6 and
Team
12.
6 for 12. Yeah.
Team 6 and 12. Team 12 is in the last. Well, if Team 12 wins, they'll all be tied in Group C. So
I think we'll go off the point differential at that
I think
point.
so. Yeah.
And then Thursday we'll be heading into the seed games. The threes are going to be picking on each other. Hopefully, getting a chance to be the best of the worst.
Yeah. I think we got one. Oh yeah, yeah. It is the seeding game. So Team 4 will play Team 1. In the, I believe that's the 3rd place bracket. So it'll be fun to cross over and see a couple different teams there. Steel Stern down to Lloyd in finishes. We'll see who reigns supreme in the initial prospect games, aka Summer League kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see some different groups play each other because those 2 games you played, it could have been against your player's weakness, your team's weakness, and then that 3rd game you might have a chance to just kind of dominate.
Yeah, so the prospect games actually in this style will likely only be, they won't be this long every season. This season was to get a good look. In the future, there'll be a summer league after the draft, right? And then there'll be, minors, so you'll get plenty of times to see prospects going up. And then the summer league will probably take place here of the prospect games, which will be fun to see, though, too.
Yeah, especially with the minors, you're going to get a good chance to take a look at who's playing. You got a lot more opportunities to look at how they play and their style of game.
For sure. Steel Stern at the line for 2.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm going to have to ask Steel Stern to watch his language in the chat.
What's that?
I'm going to have to ask Steel Stern to watch his language in the chat.
Let him know. Let him know. Steel Stern, watch your language. The Orca is here.
Simulation Foul League.
Could be. Could be. SFL was already taken, though, so we can name it SFL. Here's Twinkle Toes. Spin move to the baseline side. Drives in. Over to Dotson. Dotson out to Toes. Back to Shanahan. And an illegal screen on Wheatstraw. The ball will go back to White here.
Yeah, we've been seeing a bit of those illegal screens across the league, these prospect games. You don't see that very often, but once we talked about it earlier, IQ and consistency, you're going to see it a bit later on in games, especially with the stamina dropping and focus dropping.
Yeah, for sure. Little fadeaway there from Odin. Coco, what's up, man? How you doing?
Well, I mean, the smell of trash lured me in.
I take that as a compliment.
I'm just looking at these rosters trying to see who I can pick on that's on the staff on Team 11 here.
For sure.
Between Stern and Delora.
Who smells the worst on these teams is who you're taking, likely.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, no, I mean, I don't blame the players. I mean, I always blame the staff. That's why, Team 9, I think, Team 9 doesn't really have too many staff members. And,
No, they
I mean,
don't.
if it wasn't for the fact that Talani wasn't going to be drafted in the first place and joined the staff, then, yeah, it mostly would have been draftable players.
For sure. For sure. Well, we got a 27-point performance right now by Twinkle Toast Jr. He's going for 30. He's likely not going to get it as he's going to come out of the game right now, but 27's the high so far in these prospect games. That guy can absolutely shoot. He's 7 for 8 from 3.
Yeah, and I think he's a bit of a smaller guy on the smaller side, so you're getting that shooting potential, but on the opposite end, he's going to be a bit smaller.
Strength-wise, for sure.
Yeah. And so it's really just, if you're going for more of those shooting teams, it's definitely someone you're going to be looking for in draft. Definitely hiring some forwards, especially after this performance.
Yeah, for sure. Snyder's free throw good. No good. Rebounded by Simmons. Just under 5 minutes left in this game. Talani Velez has it for the green squad here. Now over to Derek Freeman. Now to Phillips. The other one that's on staff, Coco, is Scooby Lewis with Vegas.
Everybody knows Scooby.
Everybody knows Scooby. Simmons gets the rebound. Simmons on staff as well, right? So with New York. So
I
quite,
mean, one highlight with Team 9, I think what you did briefly talk about was he doesn't put up numbers, but I had faced BD Weak shot and pretty quick speed. He's pretty well balanced all around. If you're inside, he does a pretty decent job of just locking you down. You have a lot of trouble inside.
yeah, for sure.
Doesn't put up points, but also doesn't get a lot of credit for not letting other people put up points.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt there. Three-pointer good there by Velez. Foul off the ball.
And on that, he's been pretty efficient in the chances that he had to take his shots.
For
which
sure.
is, someone who doesn't get the ball a lot, you're going to need that for them to be efficient.
Yeah, for sure. Nice play by Jabroni there. Not sure why they're showing that one, but Jabroni with a nice little floater in the paint there. 85-61. Scooby Lewis goes around the defense and flushes it home. Scooby Lewis the second. Continuing to play well. We'll see him in Vegas black and gold during the season. And red and green. They got a lot of colors over there in Vegas. Kobe Johnson fouled by Freeman. He'll go back to the line. 16 foul on Green here.
How has Dante Ali put up this game?
He's been a little quiet, to be honest. Haven't
Yeah, I
said
mean-
much of him. He's got to the line quite a few times though, so he's lived at the line and got some free throws, but he's been a little quiet in this one.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's been quiet compared to what Toe's been doing this game. So.
That's true. Yeah, Toe stole the show for sure. Locke's been good though. There's been some decent performances, but yeah, Toes is definitely the player of the game. We'll see that sometimes, and Coco from like a staff standpoint too, and you know your coaches are gonna have to watch these games and see and know that the balance that the settings are balanced, so that kind of gives away, you know, what it'll look like on a very balanced game plan. And then they can kind of work off that based on some of these builds.
Yeah, there's also the perspective where some people might be on my draft board and I just don't want you to talk about them. So
Absolutely,
excuse me, just want you to.
that's a great strategy.
Look at
Right.
these guys, they're so totally not on the
Absolutely. I mean, you're both on staff over here, so no secrets. Here's King Demora now over to Johnson. Under 3 minutes left in the game. Johnson just inside the three-point line. His jumper's good. Kobe Johnson's got 12 points in the game, 16 minutes to play. Scooby wants him to slow it down here.
His efficiency's been pretty good compared to the rest of the white team. So
For sure.
Guess what, we
Scooby's
take-
doing well here at the last part of the game, Storm.
yeah, I mean he's taken over. Toe's not in, so they need someone else. And I think this green roster is pretty well balanced. Both the bench and the starters are able to just come in, play defense, score, and you really like to see that from a team.
For sure. And they rebound the ball extremely well, too. Scooby, another jumper. No good this time. Rebound pulled down by Locke. 2 minutes left now in the game. Leroy Locke going one-on-one with Scooby Lewis. Goes back to the crossover. Tries to get into the lane. Scooby with some good defense. Locke finishes it anyway. He's got a little height on Scooby Lewis, despite the mohawk. Lewis gets lit up anyway with the good shot contest. So now he's got that shot creator takeover activated. Nice behind the back pass from Scooby to Velez. Velez trying to drive in, gets into the lane, steps through, left hand, no good. Rebound pulled down by Saint. White hoping for the moral victory, they said. Under 100.
I mean, it looks like they do, unless they put on a great show.
Nice pass.
Green, I don't think Green's going to be able to get that 100 points unless they start dropping threes. But once we hit that 130 mark, I think they're going to be a little nice. No more, no more attacking.
For sure. Saint going to go to the line for two more. We saw Green up by 30 at one point. White's got a chance to make it a little more respectable, get to cut it to 20 by the end of this game, I think. But just hard to come back from that deficit.
I think it was 35, 36, 34 at one point. So going to the half down 29 is a rough look for a lot of teams, kind of demoralizing. But I think they just want to kind of route it back a bit, get a chance to close his gap, even if it's a little bit.
For sure. 91-69 here. Just over a minute left here in the game. Scooby Lewis has got the ball at the top of the key. He's going to reject the screen. Now goes between his legs, tries to get it inside, draws two, and gets fouled by Jabroni. Jabroni apologizing for it. I don't know if he's really sorry, though.
I think they want to get a few hits in before the game's over. Some of the fans may be asking, don't do that. Let them get to the...
Yeah, they don't want any more points for sure. Coco, what do the people of Seattle get if the Orcas hit 100 in a game?
A heart attack.
That seems like you don't want to hit 100 then.
Oh, can we go for otter steaks?
Otter steaks.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, there's an otter in the booth right now.
Yeah.
I know. That's why I joined.
A little rivalry of Seattle and that whole coast, that Oakland, Portland, Seattle rivalry. Who else is in your guys' division? Vegas?
I don't know what it is about sim leagues. Everybody just they can't wait to just put a whole bunch of teams on the upper northwest coast.
Absolutely.
They love crowning them in there.
For sure. 92-69.
We need more. We need more like lower California. We need like San Diego.
Yeah, we need a LA or San Diego
LA.
for sure.
We need someone down there where people actually want to be.
Yeah. We're waiting for the right person to come and expand into LA for sure.
I mean, it's coming from someone from Seattle. Kind of like the British of America. A little rainy, a little cloudy.
Can't wait to release that schedule. There's going to be some fun rivalries budding. This one's dribbled out. 92-71 final here.
They closed it. 21. A lot less embarrassing than 34. So.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the box scores here as Leroy Locke and Talani Velez shake hands.
Well, you've been mentioning the entire game. There's going to be disparity in the free throws. So
Yeah, I think so. I think there will. I would be surprised if there wasn't. So good game from both teams as we round out day 5 of the prospect games. Day 6, the final day, I think, of group play tomorrow, right? You said?
Yeah, and then Thursday we had 2 bracket play. So
We'll check out the team comparison right now. So not a big disparity. 28 free throws and 23 free throws. Actually, less free throws shot by the green team. How about that?
I honestly was with you on that one. It didn't look like but there was in makes. They made the exact same amount of free throws despite shooting at 5 less, and it's pretty important.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
wild
yeah,
actually, because I mean, for all the complaints we were getting for the foul disparity, Green actually shot less fouls or free throws. So, but they did out rebound the heck out of them. 50 rebounds to 23. That is a big difference there.
When you're missing a lot more shots,
It's
a lot
true.
easier for the other team to rack up some more rebounds.
It
And
is
one of the
true.
things I noticed was the 3-point percentage.
Yeah, look at the
They shot the
difference.
exact same amount of threes and made 5 extra. That's like
It's almost the game right
entire
there.
point gap. That's what makes leave 6 points or so left to go.
Yeah, I mean, it
And
was
when you
even.
look at the,
They both shot 62 shots, right? So
When you look at the threes and then the free throw percentage, if they're shooting 70% from the line and then even 50, that's like a 4-point game, like 5-point game, and it really shows you just every shot it's counting.
for sure. 23 assists for the green team as well is nice. Something we'll have in this league also is team stats on the website available, so you'll be able to see which teams during the season rank where based on some of those team stats. Let's take a look at the box score. Leroy Locke had 14, 5, and 2 there for his team. Kobe Johnson with 12. Snyder with 8. Odin with 6 and 3 assists.
There it is.
Steel
I
Stern.
mean, that's the big difference right there. I think is the guards, with the threes. I noticed the pick and rolls were a lot more effective for the green team than they
Yeah.
were for the white team.
Yeah, but
We also saw Leroy Locke's numbers. He scored almost all, like near half or all of those in that last few minutes of the third quarter.
yeah.
And
Well, and they also, you know, they talked about the starters being given down, and they did. Minus 21, minus 19, minus 19, minus 21. Those starters, the starting unit really got down early, and you could see that's kind of the game, right? I think Grizz said it. With the bench unit was pretty much even on the plus minus, and they were. That starting unit really got hammered.
that minus 21 is the game. You know.
Yeah, yep. Willie Davis 6 points, 4 rebounds. Demora 6 and 5, 2 blocks for him. Jabroni 5.6 assists, continues to be a good facilitator there at the point guard position. Shane Lloyd with 4.6 rebounds and a couple blocks. Enrique Saint 4-3 and 1. But yeah, like Coco said, the 3-point percentage was not good. The guards did not shoot it that well for this team. And on the other side, I think Twinkle Toes made about as many threes as their entire team did. Actually, more.
Yeah. He made, I think, 5 more threes than their entire team.
Yeah, so he had 27.7 of 8 from the 3-point line. Really good game from him. Tolani Velez, 12 points, 1 steal. Scooby Lewis with 11 points, 4 assists. Dante Ali, nice game from him. 10 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. Coco, we're gonna start to see a triple double in this league eventually with the way that coaches can kind of structure their rotation.
Yeah, I mean, especially when he's able to facilitate and then draw those fouls. If they get some of their rebounding skills up, some badges, Ali could be someone on triple double watch. Especially when he's shooting 8 for 10 from the line. That's probably like better than almost every single team combined. Some of the highest percentages we've seen in all these prospect games.
And again, it is matchup. I think King Demora, I think it was last game, almost came close to the triple double as well.
Uh-huh.
So I think it is just it's a lot of it is matchup, and once coaching gets involved, it'll definitely change things.
Absolutely, for sure. Petey Wheatstraw, 8 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Freeman with 7 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. Shanahan with 6 points. I think he scored 5 of those in the first minute of the game. Was a little quiet after that. Simmons with 5 points, 8 rebounds. Dotson with 4 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. And Phillips goes for 2 and 8. So the guard play phenomenal for Green. The bigs weren't terrible for White. They defended the paint as well as they could, but Green shot the heck out of the ball the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, those bigs, they don't have any steals, blocks, but their contesting was great, and they had a couple offensive rebounds that were kind of important, just stretching that lead as well.
For sure. Coco, any final thoughts on the game?
Let's hammer. When's the draft? Let's hammer that time away, just so people always have it after every stream.
Yeah, so the draft's February 19th. So in 12 days now, we'll have our first Gold Standard draft. Games will be played up until I think the Wednesday or Thursday before the draft, so only a few days between the prospect games and the live draft. So we're getting close.
Let your partners know. Let your bosses know.
Let them
There you
all
go.
know. It's a Sunday, so if you work Sundays, then definitely take it off. And if you don't, then you better be there. Go say
Work
go.
on Super Bowl.
Praise. It is the week after Super Bowl.
That's what I'm saying. You better work on
Oh,
Super Bowl and get
Yeah,
that thing.
yeah. Work on Super Bowl. Screw the Super Bowl, unless you're Kansas City or who else is playing? I don't even know.
Eagles.
Eagle fan, which nobody likes. So
You both already won the Super Bowl in the past 10 years. So
yeah, and
just
if you're an
forget it.
Eagles fan, then I just don't really
Yeah.
care about you anyway. So anyway, any final words, Storm?
Yeah, I mean, Toes and Scooby had some great games today for the green team, and a lot of these players on the green team showed that they could be a important asset, and some of the white team as well. Just maybe they work in a different system, but a good game to watch, even if the scoreboard didn't really show that.
For sure, absolutely. Well, we will see you guys tomorrow for more games. They'll be at in the evening tomorrow, so late games tomorrow night for these two teams. But we will see you then. For Coco, for Storm, I am Nighthawk. We'll see you guys next time on Gold Standard Basketball.